All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're about ready to start this whole baseball thing. Well, most of the games, the 2 o'clock games, were canceled. Lots of rain up north. Daegu is southern part of Korea, so they didn't get any rain later. So, but what's up? So, Hong Chang-gi leading things off for LG. Hirado out on the mound. He does not get a lot of run support. His first pitch is in there for a strike, and we are underway. 364 in May is 481 on base percentage. Again, he led the league in the last 2 years with on base percentage, as that is ball one. There we go. As here comes the 1-1 pitch, and that is in there for a strike, and it's 1-2. Looks like it's kind of windy today. As the cameras are bouncing around like a child, as they just say that there's a launch of wind on the broadcast, as that's going to be a slow grounder to the third baseman, grabs a throw, not in time. What is the first base umpire doing? First base umpire halfway to second base to make that call. The slow roller, and a great play by the third baseman, but not able to get the slightly speedy Hong Chang-gi. What is the first base umpire doing? All right, so Paque Mina steps in at 243 on the season for the center fielder. And the first pitch is just low, ball one. So Hirado pitches extremely well. He's pitched in 8 games. They've all been quality starts. But he does not get very much run support, which is why he's 2-3. Imagine having an ERA of 2.2 on the season, as that's in there for a strikeout. 2.2 ERA on the season. 8 quality starts out of 8 games, but you are 2-3 on the season. That tells you how well Samsung scores, as that's going to be a ground ball and a foul. Good to see them not bunting here, as now 1-2. Oh, Samsung does struggle to score away from home, but this being a home game, maybe they can hit a few home runs. Probably will be some home runs in this game, as Harado's given up 5, and so has LG's pitcher. He's given up 4, as that has popped up. Shortstop under it's running back as he catches it on the grass, and that'll be 1 away. So a ton of wind. It's going to make those pop-ups a very interesting effort. Looks like Samsung is wearing their Children's Day uniforms, maybe? As Pak Dong-won in the 3 spot today, as Austin is still out of the game, or out of the lineup after his injury with Kang Sung-ho. Don't know if he's available to pinch hit. He's still on the roster. I checked that before the game started, so he is still on the roster. And the 1-0 is in there for a strike, and it's 1-1. Pak Dong-won, 319 on the season. I believe he is leading the league in WAR. At least he was the last time I looked. And sets up on the outside. Misses a little low when it's 2-1. Hong Chang-gi taking a little lead over there. Again, the ground is probably a little wet, as it rained all day yesterday. All the games except for the Dome game was canceled yesterday. And then, so they were going to have 9 games today. 9 games today, but instead, the 3 games in the Seoul area were all canceled. Actually, there are 4 games in the Seoul area, as that is low, and it's 3-1 now. Um, Incheon is just west of Seoul. Then KT is just south of Seoul, and then obviously the Doosan game is in Seoul. The other game, Kium game, is in Seoul, and but that's in the dome, of course. So the 3-1 misses way outside, and that will be the first walk of the day. They've got runners on first and second now, as Moonbo Gyung will come up to bat. Which one is that? I don't know which one is my favorite team. All right, the Moonbo Gyung. I don't think either one of these 2 o'clock games will be a lot of runs, honestly. As that misses up high, and it's a 1-0. LG's without their main RBI guy, Austin Dean. The Samsung is has trouble scoring very much, as that is also up high, and it's 2-1. Then on top of that, you have Ponce on the mound for Hanwha, so you can't expect Kium to score a lot of runs. And then you have Hanwha that doesn't score very many runs. And the 2-0 misses inside, and it's 3-0. Murado does not walk a lot of guys. 13 walks in 53 innings. That is one of the things is that keeps him in games. Is his pitch count doesn't get way too high. He's going to throw 100 pitches no matter what, but usually they're strikes. As here comes the 3-0 pitch, and that is ball 4, and he walks the bases loaded. This is definitely not good for Samsung. Mm. Mm. Man, I don't know. Again, the problem is Ponce's on the mound, and you have uh yeah, I mean Ponce's on the mound, so you have to assume he's only going to give up a couple runs at the most, and you have to assume that he is Kium's bullpen is going to give up 2 or 3 runs. As Kim Hyun Soo rips that, but foul, and it's 0-1. I would not touch any of the games, the day games, unless it's going for a Hanwha win versus a Kium win. And that's misses upstairs, and it's 1-1 now. In his 68 games in the KBO, 84% have been, that's going to be a ground ball through the right side after the diving second baseman. And that's will score 2. And just like that, LG is on the board with 2 RBI single from Kim Hyun Soo. The 2 walks turn up big as LG takes the early lead. Great start for you, yes. All right, that brings up OG Wan. Still 2 runs, or still just 1 out on the pop fly from Pak Min. OG Wan averaged down to 236 now on the season. He has not had a good season. He did not have a good season last year, and he is in the what I would call the twilight of his career. He is now 35 years old. And here comes the 1-0 pitch. That's going to be a ground ball through the right side, and another run will score. And now they've got runners on first and seconds, a 3-run lead, and Gerardo is in trouble. 22 pitches already in this inning, and still just one away. 안녕하세요. Already having a mound visits out there. Love the habits that they gets from when they're in the U.S. or playing in Western ball. The glove over his mouth, trying to hide his so people can't lip read. But he's in Korea. Nobody besides me is lip reading what he's saying out on the mound. Not that I'm going to be relaying any information to anybody. So a quick 3-0 lead here for LG, looking to score some more as they have already sent six up to the plate. Thank you, thank you. Six up to the plates, and three have come home to score. Moon Sung Ju steps in at 235 on the season for the left-hander with the shaky leg syndrome, and looks at strike one and it's 0-1. Gerardo has four pitches. He works them fairly even. Fastball 29% of the time, then a changeup 22% of the time as he lays off of that, and it's 1-1. Two seam 19% of the time, and then 17% of the time a curveball. So it's not like he favors a lot, and I think that's a lot of his success. Is some guys are very heavy on the fastball, and it's kind of a one pitch, and then a little bit more. But he is very even with his pitch selection. The last four games for Moon Sung Ju hitting well below the Mendoza line. He was a big reason for LG's offensive success last year, hitting in the second spot back behind Hong Chang Gi, as that is going to be another single through the right side, and that's will load the bases up once again as things are getting out of hand real quick like. They're just all these lefties are just ripping it right back in between first and second base. They're just singling and singling and singling. Getting into the Samsung bullpen, they did just bring in a bunch of pitchers today, so they do have some fresh arms. Kim Min Soo getting his first game, his first at bat, his and the first time he has been on the first team. Average of 0 on the season. Came over from Lotte a few years ago, lifts that one to right field. That is at the warning track, and that will score another one. As that moves runners over to first and third. Another run comes home on the sacrifice RBI, and that makes it 4-0. OG1 and now over at third base. Moonsung Ju at first as they have two outs finally, and well, they have now batted around. Gubon Hyuk, the number 9 hitter, playing first base. Or sorry, Kim Min Soo is playing first base for Austin Dean. As the first pitch is outside, ball one, 1-0. And here comes the 1-0 pitch. And and he tries to steal, doesn't. It's a little league double steal as now they got to run down at home, and he is out as LG does what LG does, and that is be absolutely stupid on the base pass. As they, I'm not even going to try to say what that was. Maybe we'll go two. Let's see, we got a 2, 4, 3, 6, 2 put out at home. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, well, uh, again, LG does have a few more than. There we go. All right, 4 hits, 4 runs, 2 walks, but they string together a bunch and end up putting up a 4 spots against the Samsung early. So that is not a good thing. As again, Harado uh, just ran into a ton of troubles there. 30 pitches there in the first inning, and they do not want to get into a bullpen matchup because that will not suit them well. They have been struggling to score on offense, so we'll see what they're able to do here. They do score much better at home. Sonju Young has not pitched well lately. And when I say has not pitched well lately, I mean he has just been awful. 7 games on the season, a 4.15 ERA. But really, in his last 4 games, it's what you need to talk about. His last game was decent against SSG, gave up in 5 innings, 96 pitches, gave up 2 runs, ended up taking the loss. Only 2 runs in the 5 innings, but he ended up taking the loss. Before that, he went 3 games and didn't finish the 4th inning, as that is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. So, what can he do? Uh, there you're going to see this stat on your screen a ton. Again, I talked about it. Samsung does not score whenever they are away. They had so many opportunities in the Hanwha series to score, but they just never did. They're a much different team at home. So the 1-1 pitch, and he pops that one up. That might be trouble as Hong Chang-gi is able to make the play. Again, it is very windy in Daegu today. So anything, a high fly ball, one has a huge chance of getting into the outfield and possibly becoming a souvenir. And the other thing that is possible for some true KBO-ness from the outfielders and middle infielders trying to catch some windy pop-ups. But that's going to bring up this number 2 hitter, Kim Sung-yoon, 348 on the season. He is a very dangerous hitter if he gets on. Again, 348 on the season. He is so fast that anything on the ground has a chance to be a hit. You do not want to walk him because he's going to end up on second base with a stolen base. All righty, here comes the 1-1 pitch, and curveball drops in there for a strike, and it's 1-2. Sonju Young, 4 pitches. Kind of what I talked about earlier with Hirado. He favors that fastball. 49% of the time, he's going to throw that fastball. 145 kilometers an hour, which is pretty fast for a left-hander in the KBO. Did he go around? He did not, and it's a 2-2. From there, he throws a curveball 22.5% of the time, and then a slider 17% of the time. Does occasionally throw a cutter, but you're talking about maybe 5 a game. So the 2-2 pitch just catches the outside corner, and he stares at it as he goes down on strikes. That'll be 2 away and brings up the number 3 hitter, Yu Jauk. Kujahuka 271 on the season as he way up and in, and it's ball one, 1 0. And the 1 0 is in there for a strike on the inside corner, 1 and 1. And way outside, and it's 2 and 1. Slider missed it badly there. And time is called. There is actually one other game up being played right now, which is nice. And the 2-1 pitch is slapped foul, and it's 2 and 2 now. So obviously the dome game is still being played. The other games should be played. The 5 o'clock games. I talked about this. I was talking to a friend last night. I talked about it how the 2 o'clock games would probably be rained out as that misses outside, and it's now 3 and 2 full counts. Got our first full count already, ladies and gentlemen. Love a good full count. As here comes the 3-2 pitch. And it's a chopper back to the pitcher. He's going to have to hurry a little to throw in time. And that's will be 3 away. 1, 2, 3 goes Samsung. And that's is not a good thing as Gerardo threw 30 pitches in the first inning, and he will be right back out there for the top of the second. LG will have the bottom of the lineup. Yeah, it actually ends up being the exact way I was planning on it. I was planning on doing the LG versus Samsung game, and then if a second game, I was planning on doing the Kia versus SSG game at 5 o'clock. If this game were to finish, now obviously I could do this game, depending on how the other games are, what time this game finishes, and all that will determine a bunch of stuff. Because the second game in this for today will start either at 5 o'clock or 30 minutes after the first game ends. Yeah. Well, a single, 2 walks, a single, and a single, and a sacrifice. So not a lot of good things for Samsung is what happened. Again, I thought this would be a good, decent pitching matchup. We'll see how it goes from here. Gubonyak will lead things off. He was up to bats whenever they did that whole stupid whatever that was. And the throw, that's a 1 pitch, 1 out. That's what he needed as the 5-3 ground out will flip the lineup back over to the top to Hong Chang-gi, who singled and scored a run in his first inning. Try to go back to counting my stuff. Shiver. Well, yeah. Today, yes and no. The 0-1 is fouled away, making it 0-2 now. This is the only game that's a doubleheader because the other games, the 2 o'clock games, were all rained out. They should be still playing at 5, but the 3 games that were rained out today will have a doubleheader tomorrow. There's no rain in the forecast that I know of, as that was a ball outside, and it's 1-2 now. And the 1-2 just misses inside as Hirado is just barely missing with his pitches. Yeah, Kenny, I almost messaged you and asked you how the stadium was last night. All right, to the 2-2 pitch. As Hirado looks on. Doesn't have his goggles on today. Maybe that's why he can't pitch. Doesn't have his rec specs on. And the 2-2 and didn't go. Did he go around? What are we waiting on? We haven't gotten a call yet from any umpire. He did not look like he went around. Uh, Apparently, the home plate umpire called him out on the swing. I'm gonna guess at who the home plate umpire is because he did not go around. As a Paquemin does go around there in a full, nice little pirouettes as he is. Looks like he is auditioning for the Korean version of Dancing with the Stars. That's another swing and a miss and another pirouettes, and that is quickly 0-2. All right, the 0-2 pitch, and that's going to be a chopper, but it's foul and stays 0-2. Yeah, again, the second games in the 5 o'clock games, this should all go on without any problems. I don't think it's raining anymore. Kenny, is it raining outside down south? And the 0-2 is outside 1-2. 40 pitches now for Hirado, 30 in that first inning. Paquemin was one of the outs. A pop up to the shortstop. And that is not going to be a pop up to the shortstop. That's going to be a single into center field, and he is on base. As there's only two guys now, or yeah, two now that have not been on base for LG, and we have only got two outs in the top of the second. 안녕하세요. 이준성. LG 팬이에요? Samsung pen? And Park Dong-hwan lifts that one, and that is going, but Gujauk over, and that will be 3 away as we'll go to. 미안해요. 근데 이거. All right, so we'll go to the bottom of the seconds. It is all LG. All LG. Oh, sorry, man. Today, no. Yeah. Today, no Hanwha game. I don't like to stream Kium games. Nobody likes it. 안녕하세요. Dude. no. 네, 이제 한화 경기 보고 있어요? 네. 보통 흐라로 퀄리티 스타츠 플러스 던져요. All right, to Hirado, a much better outing there is 42 pitches now as he just had a 12 there as they go 0 for 1 with the runners on base. They've left 2 on now. So, all right, so Kangbin Ho will lead things off for Samsung as they went 1-2-3 in that first inning. Oh, no problem. Are you Korean or are you foreigner? 이준성, 근데 대구 사면 왜 오늘 경기장 없어요? Yeah, and but they were kind of hard singles. So 이루타밖에 없어요. All right, Kang Min Ho, a 286 on the season, not having the season he was having last year. Ju Young on the mound, still 14 pitches in that first inning, and just misses at the bottom of the zone, and it's 1 0. There we go. Going, but drops just inside the line, and he will be on first base. Oh my lord. That, ladies and gentlemen, is what lack of hustle does. He should be on second base. He popped that up, but did not run it out. It ended up dropping about a half a foot inside the right field line. Oh, not even a half a foot. That was like a ball. 감사합니다. 근데 올해부터 한화 팬 아니에요. 근데 한화 때문에 항상 와나요. All right, the 0-1 pitch in there for a strike, and it's 0-2. Oh, Kang Min Ho over at first base should be on a second. Diaz, a much better hitter with runners on base. 네, 아니요, 안 가요. Did not hit him there. 아니요. 근데 작년에 풀시즌 관사는데 독마 없어요. 근데 윈터랜드 있는데 시즌 관 사람 혜택 안 받았어요. 예, 가격 30% 다시 올라갔어요. 한화밖에 응원해요. All right. Yeah, who do they play next week? Who does Hanwha play next week? Hanwha versus Doosan. I'm sure I'll do at least one of those games. And then Hanwha versus SSG, I'll definitely do one of those games also. As well, we've got ourselves a full count now, second full count of the day for Samsung. All right, here comes the 3-2 pitch. And that's going to be a ground ball. First baseman, a diving catch. They throw to second, but he will be able to beat that out. So that'll be a 1-6 put out. Diaz grounds into it as Kang Min Ho wisely doesn't take off too much. And all righty, here comes the first pitch to Lee Sung-gyu. Did I write his name in? I thought I wrote that in wrong. Oh, I love the Konglish. All right, so we've got our 2-0 count now. And I'm trying to change his name. I love the Konglish sound, but thank you again. 감사합니다. 네, 다음 주 아마 한화 경기 2개? 중계 방송하고요. All right, Isungyu, 2-0 counts now. Runner on first is Diaz. Isungyu playing right field. And there just catches the top of the zone. And then 2-1. 네. 어젯밤 한화 대 키움 경기 했어요. All right, the 2-1 in there for a strike, and it's 2-2. 아니요. 근데 한화 경기 보고 싶으면 매주 일주일마다 어, 채널에서 투표해요. As that is a beautiful curveball in there for a strike, and that is two away on the big nasty curveball. 아, 네, 제 생각엔 한화 팬몇 퍼센트 갔어요. 아마 고척에서 30%, 75% 같이 한화 팬이에요. That's in there for a strike. home 뒤에 모든 사람 한화 팬이었어요. It's Park Byung-ho looks at strike one and a swing and a miss there, and it's 0-2. A leadoff single from Kang Min-ho again should have been on second base. Changes everything as Diaz's ground outs would have moved him over to third, but now you've got runner on first with 2 outs and an 0-2 count in the dirts, and it's 1-2. All right, the 1-2 pitch sets up on the inside, and a swing and a miss as he gets another strikeout. He gives up a leadoff single on a ball that just sneaks in, but a ground out and 2 strikeouts. And that will be the end of the second. We'll go to the top. It is all LG. Park Byung Ho, I don't know. I don't know what they're expecting from him. I really don't get it. 지금같이 한화 부상 없었어요. 모든 팀 큰 부상 받았어요. 기아, 김도영, 박찬호, 나성범 부상. 곽도규, SSG 헤레디아하고 최정 부상. 키움 부상 많았어요. LG 오스틴하고 Hernandez 부상. 샘성은 구원 투수 두명 타미잔 받아요. 롯데 왕성빈, 전민재, 반즈 부상. KT 부상 많았어요. 그래서 아직 한화 부상 없었어요. For those of you not understanding, basically every team has had injuries, big injuries, except for Hanwha. Hanwha has avoided any big injuries so far, and that's one of the reasons why they are sitting where they're sitting in the standings. It's the same thing that happened with Kia last year. Kia last year had no real big injuries. They were a team that's led the league in come from behind victories as their bullpen was pretty good. As Moonbog Young singles through the right side and another single through that right side for LG. Yeah, so Kia led the league in come from behind victories last year. They had a very good bullpen last year, and they had a very good offense. Hanwha has at least twice as many come from behind victories as the next team. Again, over half of their wins have come from behind victories. It's not something that is sustainable, especially the amount that they're using Park Sang Wan, Han Sung Hyuk, and um, oops, wrong side, and Kim Saw Hyun as yeah. Kim Hyun Soo lifts that one. A right fielder going back at the warning track grabs it, and that will be one away. Always have to worry about any ball that is hit into the air into this stadium, as it's very easily could be a souvenir. All right, OG Wan steps in. He's a 1 for 1 on the day and rips that one right over to the center fielder, and that will be a two away. Now you've got to look at Parado. Now only sitting at 47 pitches with two outs in the third inning. 30 pitches in the first inning, 12 in the second. He's only thrown 5 pitches here in the third, and he has two outs. Or LG is not being patient, and they do not want to get into a bullpen battle. They do not want to get into a bullpen battle against a team that hits a lot of home runs. As Moon Sung Ju looks at ball one on the outside, and it's 1-0. All right, the 1-0 pitch, and it catches the inside, and it's 1-1. Do not want to get into a bullpen battle with Samsung just because they are home and they love hitting in this stadium. The power alleys are real close. This is the 1-1 pitch, and that's going to be a ground ball through the right side again. And Moonbo Young will stop at second base, and another single through that right side. Just all day, all day through the left side. Station to station, station to station, as Hirado now at 50 pitches, and Kim Min Soo steps in. Uh, Still no official at bats, as he's one at bat was a sacrifice fly. Is that's in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. So again, former Lotte Giants came over last year, played with LG last year. As that's going to be a ground ball up the middle. Shortstop grabs it, throws, and that's will be three away. Pretty quick inning, and not a lot of pitches for Rado. Just 10 pitches there as he's thrown 20, or sorry, 52 now. That's not something that they want. So as Hirado is going to be able to slowly work his way into the sixth inning. They leave two more on. They've left four on so far. Hmm. Samsung will have the 8-9 hitters coming back up. 17 pitches, 31. All right, so there we go. I think I've got everything caught up. Looks like Hanwha is threatening. They've got two runners on first and third with only one out, and Mr. Clutch, Moon Hyun Bin. Never mind, Mr. Moon Hyun Bin puts Hanwha ahead 1-0 with a sacrifice fly in the top of the third. So a Shimu Jun single. That's not something that you would hear very often. And then a Florial single. Put runners on the corners. And Moonhyun Bin comes up with a sacrifice fly to center field to put Hanwha up 1-0. All right, so Yuji Hyuk will lead things off for Samsung here in the bottom of the third inning. And in there for a strike at the top, and it's 0 and 1. Low, 1 and 1. They still haven't announced who the starters are for the second games, which it kind of upsets me. And another 1 is going to be lifted into left field, and that will be a leadoff single from Yuji Hyuk. And they've got their second hit of the day. Can they get a hit with a runner on base? Is the biggest question of the day. Yuji Hyuk continues to hit in his age. I think he's probably upset that he doesn't get to play very often. And that's misses outside. 1 0 to the third baseman, Jun Byung Woo, hitting 200 on the season. And, the 1 0 pitch misses inside, and it's 2 0. Sonju Young, 34 innings, 12 walks on the season. So opponents hitting 246 against him. Again, he started out very good, kind of like LG. Very strong start to the season, and then not so great after that. As the check over on the first Yuji Hyuk. Again, very strange seeing all these Samsung uniforms back behind first because Samsung is on the third base side. As that is fouled away, and it's 2 and 1. And Samsung and Kia both are the third base dugouts as the home team. So Samsung is always on the third base side, except when they face Kia, or in Gwangju. And then the 2-1 pitch misses inside, and it's 3 and 1. What is this? Yeah, nobody wants to go to CJ on style. As here comes the 3-1 is fouled away. And it's 3 and 2. Full count in each of the innings for Samsung now. "39 pitches for Sonju Young at this point. Runner on first is Ryuji Hyuk. And here comes the 3-2 pitch. And he walks him. Uh-oh. My channel's just changed. So give me just a sec. I'll be right back. I've got to change my channel. You guys. All right, I'm back. And apparently there was a strike while I was gone. Yeah, suddenly my channels changed, but my remote and stuff is in a different room as that is in the dirt, and it's 1 and 1. No runners now on first and second. Thank you. Yeah. All right, the 1-1 pitch just sets up on the inside, misses upstairs, and it's 2 and 1. Now sitting at 43 pitches, Hirado just 52, even though he gave up 4 runs in the first inning. All right, the 2-1 sets up on the inside and misses out, but just catches the outside upper corner, and it's 2-2. Benefits of the ABS zone: even if you miss your spot and still throw a strike, it still counts as a strike. And the 2-2 misses up, and another full count, fourth full count of the day for Samsung. 3-2 ripped foul. Keeps it to 3-2, is 45 pitches now. Hanwha has taken a 2-0 lead on a Cheon Sung single. They now have the bases loaded in the top of the third. Still no announcements for pitchers for the 5 o'clock games, though. The 3-2 pitch is going to be ripped to the left side. That'll move him up to one base. And just like that, they've got the bases loaded from the bottom of the order. And that brings up Kim Sung Yoon. Bases loaded, nobody out. More reason why LG's manager is an idiot. That whole double the steal little league crap in the first inning absolutely ruins any sort of rally. Now he's looking on like, oh, whoa, oh, uh-oh. I told you guys, 3 out of the last 4 games, Sonju Young has not made it out of the fourth inning. On the 13th, he went 3 innings against Doosan. On the 19th, he went 3 innings against SSG. On the 25th, he went 3.2 innings against Kia. So he has not pitched well on the season at all. Again, he started very well on the season, just like LG, but his downfall coincided with the manager making that stupid comment and then trying to fight the umpire, as that misses upstairs, and it's now 1-0. 48 pitches. He is now just about thrown as many as Hirado has. Bases loaded and nobody out. So the 2-3-4 hitters coming up for Samsung, as that is a slapped foul, and 1-1. I know you're wondering. I will tell you in just a second. Uh, he is 1 for 2 with the bases loaded, and it's now 1-2 on the count. He has 6 career home runs. He has 2 this season, which ties his career high from 2023. And the 1-2 in the dirt, and that gets away. And bases aren't loaded anymore, ladies and gentlemen. The bases are not loaded anymore. Now you've got your runners at second and third. 1 run is in. And the 2-2 is ground ball through the right side. That'll score another one. You better hold him up at third. And just like that, the lead is cut in half as they come up with another single. Right now, you've got runners on second or first and third with 0 outs still, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody out. Two runs are in so far as the KBO is doing the KBO thing. As Gujahuka steps in, looks at Pierce pitch, misses outside, and it's 1 0. Both of these pitchers are just barely missing the strike zone. Yeah. And the 1 0 misses low, 2 0. All right, the 2-0 sets on the outside, and that's going to be another. No, it's going to be caught by Paque Mean. The throw coming home, he cuts it, but that will be a sacrifice fly, and just like that, it is 4-3. I wonder if they're going to appeal over to third. He's seemed to be off on that fairly quickly. Nope, he did. He made it. And we now having a game, I guess. There's a runner over on first. Kang Min Ho steps in. He's singled in his first at bat. They'll check over on Kim Sung Yoon. Kim Sung Yoon does have plenty of speed. He is a fast little man. 10 for 13 on stolen bases on the season. Last year, he was 3 for 1. He's 43 for 54 on his career. As that's misses low, and it's 1-0. 1 for 1 on the day. Kang Min Ho was singled and was erased on the Diaz 1-6 groundouts. And sets up on the outside, misses way outside, and it's 2-0. 57 pitches now for Song Ju Young. He threw 71 against Doosan in those 3 innings. As here comes the 2-0, is runs inside, and now you've got a 3-0 count. And the 3-1 pitch misses outside, and he'll take his base. 59 pitches now for Song Ju Young, a 28 so far in this inning, but still only 1 out. Diaz steps into the plate. He hits ridiculously better at home and with runners on base as he spins around to check on Kim Sung Yoon. Diaz 0 for 1, hit into a 1-6 ground out in his first at bat, average down to 295, and now leading the league in homers and breaks his bats. Will it get out of play? It will. He'll have to get himself a new piece of wood. So many home runs in this stadium. Maybe I can find that. And it checks over once again. So Daegu has had 21 games. They've had 59 home runs. The next closest is Gochuk. That's had 41 in 22 games. 59 home runs in that stadium so far. So that misses, and it's 1-1. Now thrown 30 pitches in this inning. The 1-1 pitch just breaks down and catches the top of the zone on that curveball, and it's 1-2. All right, 1-2 pitch now. Runner on first and second. A swing and a miss. A big strikeout there. As that will make it 2 outs on his fourth strikeout of the day. Diaz trying to put Samsung up with that swing, but to just under it. And that brings up Isong Gyu. Isung Gyu, my bad. As that is in the dirts and 1-0. Isung Gyu struck out looking in his first at bat. And pops him up. Our first baseman in foul territory and leaning back, but makes the catch. And that will be 3 away. They leave 2 on, but they get 3 on a walk and a wild pitch and a couple hits and another walk and a sacrifice. And it's another game. Welcome. I've been waiting to start until you got here. Thanks for coming. Leaves another 2 on. They left 3 on now on the day as Sonju Young runs into troubles again. 34 pitches in that inning. Oh, I'm sure you've never said anything bad in that. Oh, LG will once again have the number 9 hitter leading off. Isn't the soup chat just a bunch of Koreans speaking Korean? At least it was last year. Well, that's not very nice of them. Yeah, last year it was like all like everything was just Koreans. Because I was like, why am I was like, I know this isn't legal in Korea. Why am I reading so much Korean? All right, Hirado back out there. He is enjoying the day now suddenly after giving up 4 runs in the first. Suddenly he is not looking too bad. Oh, this game is fine. As that is in there for a strike and it's 0-1. Yeah, the rain was all north. It finished earlier in Daegu, where Samsung plays. As the 0-1 misses outside, and 1-1. So the other games, the 5 o'clock games, should also be fine as long as the ground isn't too sloppy. And the 1-1 is fouled away, 1-2. Kubonyuk, 5-3 ground out to lead off the second inning. Again, he was up whenever LG decided to do the Little League double steal and get thrown out at home. As that's going to be fouled again, and it stays 1-2. Hirado, 30 pitches in the first inning, 12 in the second, 10 in the third to put him at 52 before this inning started. Is that is also fouled away. It misses exactly what LG needs. I'm still not sure why Hirado is not wearing his goggles, his rec specs. And the 1-2 is slaps it foul, and another 1-2 pitch coming up. Seventh pitch of this at bats. And that misses outside at 2-1. Sorry, 2-2. Yeah. Obviously, Samsung being at home definitely helps, as that's going to be a ground ball. Or Yuji Hyuk throws, and that will be one away. Flips the lineup back over to Hong Chang Gi. Yeah, that is Samsung just brought up, I think, two new pitchers for this series. Not new, but two of their regular bullpen guys are back. As that misses outside, and it's 0 or 1-0. Hong Chang-yi struck out in his last at bats, a single, and scored a run in his first at bats. Uh, just misses up, and it's a 2-2. Na, na, na. What's up, AJ? And the 2-0 pitch just sets up on the outside, and he leaks it right down the middle, but it's fouled away, and it's a 2-1. Apparently, a ton of umbrellas still out at the stadium as that one has popped up. The left fielder Gutauk under it, and that's will be two away. And that brings up the number two hitter, Pake Amino, or 1 for 2 on the day. Early, yeah. LG scored 4 runs in the first inning, and then Samsung just answered with 3 in the bottom of the third. It's it might get pretty bad as the LG bullpen is going to be coming in pretty soon as that bunt pulled back, and it's 1-0. And the 1-0 is hits him. No, oh no, it didn't hit him. He stood there like it hit him in the sliding mitts, but apparently it didn't. Definitely. As the 2-0 is grounded to Diaz, and he fields it, steps on the bag, and for the first time today, they go 1, 2, 3 as Gerardo is sitting okay at 67 pitches after that 30 pitch first inning. We'll come up to the bottom of the fourth. It's a 4-3 LG. In the first 1, 2, 3 inning for Gerardo. Have to be happy about that if you're Samsung. 30 pitches in the first inning, 37 in the next 3 total. Yeah. Let's see, we got one. Number 7 hitter Pak Byung Ho will lead things off for 4. As Son Ju Young sitting at 65 pitches. Elsewhere around the league, Hanwha's up 2-0, threatening with more as they've got the top of the order up now, first and seconds, and nobody out. Again, I said yesterday was the best chance that Kium had to win the game in this series, and they are proving me right. Can we? Why don't we dry off that lens? We've got a You got water on the. Looks like it. Oh, it is raining. They're supposed to have showers off and on today throughout pretty much all of Korea. As that just catches the inside corner, and it is 0-1. Park Byung Ho was struck out in his first at bats, as that is going to be a single, I guess, because we didn't get to see it. And another leadoff hit for Samsung. They've had a leadoff single in each of the last 3 innings. That brings up Yuji Hyuk. Yuji Hyuk singled and scored a run just last inning, and that misses outside 1-0. I'm not too sure that Song Ju Young is going to get through this inning if he doesn't get a ground and do a double play here. Sitting at 68 pitches right now, has struggled in the last 2 innings. As here comes the 1-0 in the dirt, and now it's 2-0. In a single, a walk, a single, a single, a sacrifice, and a walk in the third inning before he was able to get a strikeout and a pop up to end the third inning. He's had 1, 2, 3 first inning, but since then has had base runners for every at bats, basically, as that is in there for a strike, and it's 2-1 now. 321 on the season for the utility infielder for Samsung. And that is fouled into off the mitts, and it's now 2-2. Ba-da-da-da-da. As that's going to be a little soft liner to the shortstop, and that will be one away. All right, so that brings up Jun Byung-woo. He walked and scored in his last at bats, his only at bats. All right, Jun Byung-woo, swing and a miss going down to a knee on that pitch as he was trying to hit a one on, one outs grand slam. Yeah, and the 0-1 pitch just sets up at the knees right across the middle. A curveball floats it, but that's going to be a lifted right fielder just in front of the warning track, and that will be 2 away. Lifts the lineup back up to the top for EJ Hyun. EJ Hyun, 1 for 2 on the day, also. Only 2 hitters have not been on base. And EJ Hyun looks at ball one low, 1-0. No, 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 no. One of the classic songs. And the 1-0 pitch. Looks at to strike one in there, and it's 1-1. And the 1-1 pitch and curveball waits on it, but fouls it off, and it's now 1-2. Park Byung Ho finally gets a hit, and then behind him is absolutely nothing. As here comes the 1-2 pitch. Sets up right down the middle at the knees and throws it into the dirt. And it's 2-2. Dirty balls, the dirty, dirty balls. And here comes the 2-2 pitch. Just misses on the outside, and another full count. He's had a full count in every inning. This is the fifth one so far. And the 3-2 is popped up. Second baseman under it, and that will be 3 away. All right, so we'll go to the fifth inning. It is 4-3 Samsung. Sorry, LG. My bad, LG. Don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. Another 0 for 3 performance with a runner on base. They've stranded 4. A leadoff single from Kang Min Ho in the second inning, and they went 0 for 3 after that. A leadoff single from Pak Byung Ho, and they went 0 for 3 after that. Yeah, I mean, of course, either team can win this game. That's all I can say, really. There's definitely not a very specific way I would go. It really is going to be determined by whether or not the bullpens can pitch effectively after being off for a couple days. All right, so we've got to the top of the fifth coming up. The number 3 hitter of the 3-4-5 hitters, Pak Dong Won, Moonbo Young, and Kim Hyun Soo. Good morning slash afternoon. It is 3:18 here in Korea. Just enjoying a wet afternoon in my apartment, so away from the windows. All right, Gerardo back out there. 67 pitches so far. Again, 30 in the first, 10 in the second, or 12 in the second, 10 in the third, and 15 in the fourth. As did not look good as he gave up 4 runs in the first inning, but he is locked in since then and is slowly turning into a decent game for him. As here comes the first pitch, and that's going to be a ground ball. Third baseman grabs it, throws across the diamond, and that is 1 pitch, 1 out. Impatient, impatient, impatient is the LG team. Constantly want to run, constantly want to run. And that's misses low, and it's 1-0. Moonbo Young steps in. He's 1 for 1 on the day. He walked and scored a run in his first, and then a leadoff single in the third, but did not come home, and that is lifted up into the air at the wall. Goodbye, baseball. That's will put them up 5-3. That is not a home run in any other stadium in the league. Pitch count. Last year, everybody kept asking me for the pitch count, so I added a little A little deal for you, as there was a pitch there. Okay, it was a strike. I didn't get to see because we were still watching the replay. As that misses inside, and it's 1-1. Sixth home run that Toronto has given up on the season. Again, this stadium has had more home runs than any other stadium, and it's not even close. As that misses low, and it's 2-1 now. Kim Yun Soo, two RBI single back in the first inning, came around to score as that is in there for a strike at the bottom of the zone. Then flew out to right in his last at bats back in the third inning. And here comes the 2-2 pitch. And he fouls it into his foot, and it stays 2-2. 안녕하세요. They haven't been showing your cheerleaders, Mary Kate. Mooney Bin with another sacrifice fly. All right, the 2-2 low, 3-2. First full count of the day for LG. And the 3-2 pops him up. Second baseman under it, out into the grass, and that will be two away. 120 meters, not likely. And the thing with the Samsung Stadium is the corners are 100, and the center field is also the regular 122, 123. As that is in there for a strike to OG1, 1 for 2 on the day. As he lifts that one up into the air, that's going back to the warning track, and that's will be out number 3. We'll go to the bottom of the fifth. LG puts up another one on the solo shot from Moonbo Gyung as we have a 5-3 game. So the issue and why there's so many home runs in this stadium is because so you have your regular walls or whatever, and normally it would curve around kind of like a circle or whatever. I always describe it as like the outside of a piece of cake or whatever. So, uh, but at Samsung Stadium and a lot of the stadiums in the KBO, they're not like perfectly round. They're like kind of octagonish or, lots of straight lines and weird angles. But Samsung, what they did is instead of rounding it out, they have their flat wall in center field. But from the flat wall, instead of going out and around, they go straight down to the 100-meter corners. And what that creates is left center and right center is a good 10 meters smaller or closer to home than every other stadium. Because like SSG, their stadium in China or Moonhawk, uh, and they have the shortest is they're 95 to the corners, but they also wrap around in a regular circle. So they, even though their corners are 95, their right and left center field are actually much farther than Samsung's. And that was right at that spot, right in the middle there. And outside of this stadium, that was not a home run. That was a fly ball to the outfield. You know, the number 2 hitter will lead things off, Kim Sung Yoon, and he lifts that one. Left fielder Moon Sung Ju out, but coming back in and makes the catch. And he goes out and then he comes running back in as dealing with a ton of wind. So that brings up rain. It looks like rain and wind as Gujauka looks at ball one low, and it's a 1 0. He 0 for 1 on the day, 1-3 ground out in his first at bat, and then a sacrifice to center field back in the third inning. That's the third run for Samsung, and that's going to be a ground ball. Second baseman grabs it, tosses to first, and that is 2 away. And that brings up a Kang Min Ho. Kang Min Ho has been on base both times today. And misses outside. 1 0. 84 pitches now for Songju Young. And the 1 0 pitch in the dirts, and it's 2 0. I don't know how much rain is coming down right now. And the 2 0 pitch just kisses the strike zone on the outside, and it's 2 and 1. Oh, not a lot of rain left in the Seoul area. Checking the weather here. Daegu, there's just some spots here and there that are coming through. So it'll start and stop and start and stop throughout this game. As the 2-0 or 2-1 is up high, and it's now 3 and 1. Walked in his last at bat, singled in his first. 292 on the season for Kang Min Ho. And the pitch lifts it into the air. That might be a little trouble. Second baseman out, but makes the catch. And 1, 2, 3, go. The Samsung Lions will take a little bit of a break. I'll be back in a few. All right, so we should be just about back. Hirado is still out there on the mound, and first pitch is up high, ball one. Moon Sung Ju leading things off for LG. Oh, neither pitcher are pitching extremely well, giving up lots of little singles, and that misses, and it's 2 0 now. 253 on the season for Moon Sung Ju, a 2 for 2 on the day with two singles, and that's going to be another single right back up the middle on base for the third time today. And Harado's not a guy that gives up a lot of home runs. Lots of ground balls from him, which is why Samsung brought him here after he spent the last 2 years with Cume. So now that he is in, he's not still not giving up home runs, but he just giving up singles. As he checks over on first. That brings up Kim Min Soo, 0 for 1 in the season, as we're going to get a lovely bunt here. Everybody loves a runner on first, nobody else bunts uh, because the KBO managers are morons. And he bunts it foul, and it's 0 1. Gotta love a good bunt. I'm still waiting to see one. Sacrifice to fly to the right fielder in his first at bats. Then a 6-3 ground out in his second at bats. Yeah, I wish more teams bunted too, so that as especially bunt pop flies into foul territory, and it's 0-2 now. Whoa, this is surprising. Harado it now has his rec specs on. He's got his glasses on now. He did not. I talked about it before. He did not have his glasses on in the first half of this game, but now he does. I'm surprised here, as both bunt attempts were failed, and now we've got an 0-2 count, and he's got a swing. Low 1-2. Harado, fine. I guess he listened to me. It's not a strategy though. And he fouls that right into Kang Min Ho's mask. It's not a strategy. It's actually a strategy to lose. If you look at any of the numbers, and it's not like they're ever successful with it. Right. They think it is. That doesn't mean it is. If I think I'm the sexiest man alive, that doesn't mean that I'm the sexiest man alive. It just means that I think that's something that's not real. As here comes the 2-2 pitch as he fouls that away, and it stays 2-2. It's a strategy that's used because the KBO managers are idiots. That's why. Because it's the way it was done when these 65-year-old managers learned baseball, so they continue it. They don't adapt. They just don't have any clue what they're doing. A swing and a miss there at the top of the zone, is second strikeout of the day, and one away. Two failed bunts and a strikeouts. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the definition of an absolute awful strategy. Why? Yeah, let's show the LG manager that picked a bunt with a runner on first and nobody out. Gubon Hyuka now steps in 0 for 2 on the day, and he's gonna bunt, and he bunts it. What? What? Foul. And it's 0-1. MLB is the gold. Yeah, without a question, the MLB is the gold standard of baseball. I definitely don't think they're the gold standard of the baseball experience, though, as the 0-1 misses outside and it's 1-1. I don't know. That's the thing. Like it- so I've been in Korea for going on 12 years now. When I talk about bunting, and most is that's going to be a ground ball. The third baseman grabs, throws to seconds, and the throw to first in time, and a 5, 4, 3 double play ends the inning, and the failed bunts is a failure, just like the KBO managers' careers. As we go to the bottom of the sixth. So, what I was trying to say before we were rudely interrupted by baseball is yes, uh, my KBO criticism gets a lot of backlash. Uh, uh, I've been going to games for years. I would say, most KBO baseball fans know who I am. They may not know me or whatever. They may not know my name, or like if they saw me at a stadium, they would know who I was. I'm very open about my hatred of the bunts, and uh, oftentimes I've gotten messages on Instagram or whatever, people complaining, saying, If you hate the bunt so much, why do you watch the KBO?" Or I've had people like, "Oh, you don't understand it. You're not Korean." I'm like, "Yeah, I don't understand it because I'm smart. I understand baseball. That's why I don't understand it." A lot of them will be like, "Oh, it's the KBO way." And I'm like, "Yeah, so whenever they play internationally, don't be upset when they lose, because they're still playing like it's 1985." So, yes, it gets a ton of backlash. It works, but the thing is what they consider, oh, it worked because there was an error on the third baseman, and then they consider that a win, as Diaz steps in, and first pitch is low, or in there, sorry, in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. And that catches the bottom of the zone also, and it's 0-2. Diaz, a bat flip. Since he's not hitting the ball, he just bat flips it into his hand. I mean, I don't 60% that LG wins, I guess. Yeah, it's a super low percentage, but what they do is they focus on the times that it works, and not the one time that it works that they ended up moving a runner over, and then there was a wild pitch, so they moved him to third, and then they got a single, or then they got a ground out that the runner scored because the first baseman bobbled it. Like, that is how they factor. Oh, it worked this one time, so let's do it some more. My screen is black. I have no idea what I'm watching. I'm looking at myself. There we go. Apparently, something happened. I'm going to guess it's a strikeout. Yep, it was a strikeout. Excellent, excellent, excellent video coverage right there. Amazing, amazing video work, as I watched a blank screen, and now I get to see Isung Gyu walk or hit a single on the first pitch he sees. It was not my fault. I could not call it, guys, because the screen was blank, and I come back to watch the Diaz walking away. All right, now on the base. So once again is Isung Gyu. Yeah. Park Byung Ho steps in. He's 1 for 2 on the day. singled in his last at bats as that runs up and in, and it's 1-0. Three bottles down. Aren't Hanwha winning? As the 1-0 is a swing and a miss there, 1-1. Thought Hanwha was up 5-0. Oh, how's her dancing today? And the 1-1. Swing and a miss, 1-2. She's the new overreaction girl. And here comes the 1-2 pitch. Checks over on first. All right, here we go. The 1-2 pitch, a swing and a miss on a beautiful curveball. Outs number two, strikeouts number six. And that will bring up the number eight hitter, Yuji Hyuk. Will they leave him in here? He's 98 pitches. He's going to have a lefty. Might as well. Samsung cannot hit with runners on base. As here comes in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. And here comes the 0-1 pitch. Misses outside, and it's a pitch number 100, ladies and gentlemen. My broadcast is better than KBS's. All righty, here we go. The 1-1 pitch. 318 on the season for Yuji Hyuk. Sets up on the outside at the knees and fouls that away, and it's 1-2. And checks over at first. Ryuji Hook singled and scored a run back in that big third inning for Samsung. A little soft liner to the shortstop in his last at bats. 1 for 2. And he fouls that one away once again. 150 on the gun for Song Ju Young, trying to blow it by him on the outside, but is not able to. He only averages 145 from his four seam fastball. So the fact that he's throwing that one 150 was here comes the 0-2 or 1-2 pitch. The rain is starting to come down a lot harder as he slaps at the bats again, and it's still 1-2. Depending on which camera angle you look at, it's either pouring down rain or barely raining at all. And the 1-2 pitch. A kid behind home plate under the umbrella. And that's going to be a ground ball. Shortstop or second baseman and grabs it to throws. And that will be 3 away. Once again, they go 0 for 2 with runners on base. As outside of that third inning, they are 0 for 8 with runners on base. And we'll go to the seventh inning. It's 5-3 LG. We'll see if Hirado comes back out. Sitting at, what is he, 92 pitches for Hirado. We'll see if he comes back. Obviously, Songju Young will be done. 6 innings for him, 104 pitches, 61 for strikes, 6 hits, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts. Did give up 3 runs, all of them earned, all of them in the third inning. So solid outing from him as he is trying to work his way back into some much better pitching. Again, he 5 innings and took the loss in his last outing, but that's because they only scored two. I mean, no, you still have the LG bullpen, and it's a double header, so you have to be a little weary of your pitchers. So that's why I think maybe Hirado goes back out there. I I don't know. I I have no idea. Yeah, Hirado back out there. He will face the leadoff hitter Hong Chang Gi. I don't know what game I will do next. I've been waiting for the starting pitching to be announced for the other games. Uh so I don't know if the other games will happen or what. That is ball one up and in on Hong Chang Gi. Hong Chang Gi 1 for 3 on the day. A single run scored back in the first, but a strikeout and a flyout to the left, and that is low, and it's 2-0. My plan is to do another game. I don't know. I would like to do a different team, a couple of teams. That is in there for a strike, and it's now 2-1. But the main thing is I want to pick a game that has a good pitching matchup. So it'll either be Kia versus SSG or Lotte versus KT. But I gotta wait to see. Tomorrow will be a bunch of double headers also. As here comes the 2-2 pitch, and that's gonna be a ground ball up the middle, and he is on base for the second time today with a leadoff single. He is led off 2 innings, and both of those innings have been hits. It's Oh, looks like Kyum finally scored a solo shot from Song Sung Woon off of Ponce. As the bunt gets down, they throw to first. A runner on first, nobody out. Let's see what happens here, ladies and gentlemen. As the sacrifice bunts goes a 1-4, moves the runner over, and one away. Yeah, up by 3 or up by 2. Runner on first, nobody outs in the seventh inning. You've got your 2, 3, 4 hitters coming up, so you bunt. A very super awesome idea, as that is a popped foul, and it's 0-1. Both starting pitchers are going to be able to throw 100 pitches. Not something that you see very often. As here comes the 0-1 pitch to Pak Dong Wan, and that misses low. Ball one, 1-1. 100 pitches and now for Hirado. And that misses low, 2-1. All right, here comes the 2-1 pitch. Sets up on the outside, misses inside, but catches the inside corner, and it's 2-2. And the 2-2 is that's going to be rolled over. Shortstop grabs it, throws across the diamond, and that is two away. Super bunt, super bunt. That brings up the number. As looks like Hirado will be done as Moonbo Young will come up. We'll see if they change it here. He did hit the solo shots in his last at bat. 103 pitches so far. And that will be it for him. We'll have a pitching change, our first pitching change of the day, ladies and gentlemen. Top of the seventh, 2 outs in the first pitching change. That might be a record for me. As, that'll be it for him. His day is not officially done as he can still be charged with a run. But so far, 103 pitches, 65 for strikes, 10 hits, the one solo shot to Moonbo Young, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, and 5 earned runs on the day for Hirado. Definitely a rough first inning, giving up those 4 runs. But he throws. He goes 6+ innings every game, even with that rough 30-pitch inning in to start. He still managed to go 6 2/3 innings. So Bae-chan Sung will come in to relieve Hirado. Hmm. Bae-chan Sung, 17 games, 12 and a .2 innings, 4 hits, or 4 holds, sorry, 4.97 ERA on the season. So he will come in and he will face Moonbo Young. Moonbo Young, a 319 on the season, at 2 for 2 on the day. Been on base all 3 times. A walk, a run scored in his first at bat, a single in his second, and that just catches the inside upper corner, and it's 0-1. And then the solo shot in his last at bats. And here comes the 0-1, is slapped foul, and it's 0-2. A bunt in a 4-run game in the 5th inning. And the 0-2 misses way outside, 1-2. Misses outside again, and it's 2-2. But the real question is you said bunt attempts. How many has he actually gotten? I'm going to guess 0. All right, runner on second, a 2-2 count, 2 outs, and number 2 at to bats. That's going to be a slow roller. Is the first and the pitcher not able to make the play? As we'll see if they give him an error on that. I don't know. It's very possible that they could give him an infield single. Oh, what is he doing backhand there? You got a forehand that's not a good job there. We'll see. Again, I don't know if they'll give him a hit or an error. They give him an infield single. All right, so you've got runners on first and third now for the number 5 hitter, Kim Hyun Soo. Definitely would be an heir in any other league except for the KBO. As here comes the first pitch to Kim Hyun Soo, and that's going to be rolled over. Second baseman throws to first, and just like that, the first and runner on first, nobody outs, bunts, doesn't score any runs. Congratulations. Well done. Super awesome LG manager. Just amazing how awful they are. Like, there's no reason for it. There's no reason whatsoever for it. Let's see. All right, so we'll have the 9-1-2 coming in as we'll have a pitching change. Kim Jin Sung, the standard go to guy for LG. Oh, Kim Jin Sung, 19 games, 18 innings, one loss, 9 holds, 2 VD ERA, 17 strikeouts, 8 walks, and 1 home run given up. All right, so we'll have a pinch hitter here. Is that Young Do Gun? Yep, Young Do Gun. And he looks at strike one at the bottom of the zone. Oh, Yang Dogun, 345 on the season, and looks at ball one on the outside, 1-1. He will stay in. I assume he will stay in and play second base, moving Yuji Hyuk over to third. Yes, here comes the 1-1, a swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. .345 from the pinch hitter, and here comes the 1-2 pitch. That's chopped foul, and it stays 1-2. Have to wonder again with a double header. You have to think about trying to get as much from them as you can. Still no announcements on any 5 p.m. Starters. And a 2-2. Not only have we got there's no lineups an hour before the game starts. No lineups. No announcements on starters. Nothing. As that is fouled away, and it stays 2-2. Hanwha still up a 5-1 in the bottom of the sixth with no outs for Yi Ju Hyung. Ponce still out there on the mound. And here comes the 2-2 pitch, misses outside and runs the count full. 2. It's on your screen as that is popped up, but foul, and it's stays 3-2. 8 pitches already in this at bats, and that's going to be a single into right field, and they've got the tying run coming up. Full count is single. He's got plenty of speed. Oh, EJ Hyun. Oh, he has a lot of speed over there at first. Will they use it? As that is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. EJ Hyun, 1 for 3 on the day. Fly out to right to start the first inning, and then a single with a run scored back in the third, and a pop fly in the fourth. And the 0-1 misses up high, and it's 1-1. Curveball just didn't quite drop into the top of the zone. And here comes the 1-1. A swing and a miss there, and it's 1-2. A 143 on the fastball, and he was late. Must have been looking for a T ball. All righty, here comes the 1-2 pitch. Lays off of it, and it's 2-2. All right, to the 2-2 pitch. Checks over at first, and he is slides back in. 2 for 2 on the season with stolen bases is the runner over at first. And the 2-2 misses low, and another full counts as he's already thrown 14 pitches in this inning. And a full count. It's supposed to be 5. And the 3-2 is rocked, but it's foul, and it stays 3-2. Probably, but I don't know. It's the KBO. Anything can happen. I wonder if the fields are too wet, Nick. I wonder if the fields are so wet that they can't play. As here comes the 3-2 and back in safely, and it stays 3-2. Why is the Hanwha game taking so long? All right, here comes the 3-2 count. A swing and a miss. As, he will go over to second base on the strike. Is he? All right. So it is a strikeout. So waiting on the official word there. So strikeout, but he moves up to second base on the strikeout because he was running there. All right, that brings up Kim Sung Yoon. And Kim Sung Yoon, 1 for 2 on, or 1 for 3 on the day. Looks at a bunt, but pulls the ball back, and it's 1-0. Kim Sung Yoon, a very dangerous guy if he can get on base. 348 on the season. Does have 2 home runs, as I could probably hit a home run in this stadium. And the 1-0 pitch misses outside. It's 2-0. Gujauk, Kang Min Ho, and Diaz are following here. As if they can get through this part, they should be okay for the day. And here comes the 2-0 pitch. Misses inside. Now it's 3-0. He has had a 3-ball count on every single batter so far. 19 pitches, but only one out here in the bottom of the seventh. And that is ball four. Walks him on four straight pitches. And they've got the tying run on base. That brings up a Gujauk, who is not an easy guy to get out. Runners on first and second. Gujauk steps in. He has a sacrifice fly on the day, 0 for 2 in his other at bats. 1-3 ground out and a 4-3 ground out, and that's going to be a soft liner caught by the shortstop, and that will be a double play on the 6-4. Wow. Welcome to Little League Baseball, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Little League Baseball. That is what you call bad base running. Taken off on a soft liner. That is getting an absolutely awful, awful, awful read on the ball. I mean, wow, that was so bad. Once again, they go 0 for 2 with runners on base and 0 for 1 with runners in scoring position. They've stranded 6 on the bases now. What is that? The North Korean Baseball Association or organization? So again, Yang Do-gun should stay in to play second base, and then I assume we're gonna have another pitching change. Maybe? I don't know. I don't know anything anymore. I just know that the fundamentals are not taught. You mean the China-Russia war? I still think that's weird. You bet 350 to win 450. All right, Bei Chang Sung is still out there, and first pitch is in there for a strike, and it's all in one. And a swing and a miss there, and it's 0-2. Oh, Yang Do-gun stays over at third. Surprising. And here comes the 0-2 pitch. Did he go around? He did not, and it's 1-2. OG1, a couple flyouts to center field and an RBI single in his first at bat, so 1 for 3 on this season, and that misses way outside, and it's 2-2. No, you can wish whatever you want. And the 2-2 fouled away. I wish every inning went 11 innings and had walk-offs. Actually, no, I don't. I'm usually glad when the game ends before 3 hours. Swing and a miss there as first strikeout for him. That is 1 away. Well, that's good, I guess. Oh, OG1, a big strikeout there. One away now in the top of the eighth. And that brings up a Moonsung Ju. And did he go around? He did. We'll check the replay here. Just right on cue. He definitely did go around. Excellent call by the third base umpire. And the 0-1 is fouled into the midst, but it's not able to catch it. And it's 0-2. Moon Sung Ju, a single in his first at bat in the first inning, a single in his second at bat in the third inning, and a single in his third at bat in the sixth inning. 3 for 3 on the day with three singles, and looks it's ball one outside in the dirts, and it's 1-2. And the 1-2 pitch right back up the middle for his fourth hit of the day. As he is turning it on, doing what he did so many times last year. Just singles, and singles. Fourth time on the day, he has been on first base after a single. And then we're going to have a pinch hitter here. No, that is not Kim Min Soo. That is Song Chan Yi. As apparently the broadcast is not aware of what people look like. All right, Song Chan Yi at 232 on the season. And a swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. One of right-handed bats here, I guess. I don't know. As here comes the 1-1 pitch. And hits him. And he goes off of his elbow guard into Kang Min Ho. And Kang Min Ho is now grabbing his side as that went right into his right into his rib cage. And brings up the number 9 hitter, Gubon Hyuk. Kang Min Ho is taking an absolute beating today. Gubon Hyuk, a 5-3 ground out, a 4-3 ground out, and a 5-4-3 double play ground out on the day. As Samsung would love another one of those, as that is fouled away. Apparently, the games are going to get played, but there's still no announcement on a starting pitcher. As fouled away there, makes it 0-1. Sets up on the inside, a misses up high, 1-1. And another 1-1 pitch. And ripped, but foul, and it's 1-2. And here comes the 1-2 pitch. Sets up a right down the middle. Fouls it away. I don't even know who the starting pitchers are. And the 1-2 is fouled away again. Basically, trying to say you're not going to pitch in this afternoon's game. Yeah, I mean, I know who the line, what the lineups are, but I don't know who's pitching. As the 1-2 misses up and in, and it's 2-2. I don't know why none of the teams have announced their starters. And did he go around? He did not, and that runs the count full. Only the second full count of the day for LG. Yeah, no one has anywhere the starting pitching. Wonder if they're going to cancel these games too because the ground's too wet, or they're going to start really late or something. All right, here comes the 3-2 pitch once again, and he fouls it away once again. They keep running on the pitch. One out, so a strike him out, throw him out over at third base. It is a right-handed batter up, so it is a difficult to throw down to a third base. But here we go. The 3-2 pitch is set up on the inside, and that's going to be a ground ball. The third baseman grabs it, throws to first, and that will be two away. Moves both runners up a base as they will flip the lineup back over to Hong Chang Gi up at the top. All right, so Hong Chang Gi steps in. He's 2 for 4 on the day. He's two singles in the innings that he led off. The innings that he did not lead off, he struck out and flew out to left. And that is a strike on the outside corner, and it's 0-1. And 0-1 is outside on 1-1. Bei Chong Sung, 30 pitches now as the first reliever. Thank you, Hectic. As that runs up and in, and it's a 2-1 now. 262 on the season for Hong Chang Gi. 2 for 4 on the day. And the 2-1 pitch sets up on the outside. That's going to be a ground ball. Second baseman grabs it, throws to first. And another runners left on base. They've left on eights as they go 0 for 2 with runners on base and 0 for 2 with runners in scoring position. We'll go to the bottom of the eighth. It's a 5-3 LG. A 1.5. I would not be surprised, honestly. I would not be surprised. I'm still trying to find the starters for the 5 p.m. games. I mean, it's weird that they have the lineups, but nothing else. Hanwha is up 5-1 in the top of the seventh, but they've now got to the bases loaded with 2 outs as they're trying to put on a few more runs. Ponce is 110 pitches. 110 pitches through 6 innings, 9 strikeouts, 2 walks, three hits, but one of them was a solo shot to Song Sung Moon. Uh, Kiyomi in this series against Hanwha so far has hits what six solo shots. All right, so the new pitcher here is Pak Myung Gun for Pak Myung Gun. Myung Gun. All right, so stepping in to the box is going to be Kang Min Ho, the number four hitter, leading things off. Pak Myung Gun. He has a very strange windup. He really twists his body and then comes back across. 277 ERA, 14 games of 13 innings from the little guy. Oh, he will face the four, five, and six hitters here. Kang Min Ho, 1 for 2 on the day, singled, walked, in a pop fly to the second baseman, a 289 now on the season. And still no starting pitchers. And that is just catches the outside, and it's 0-1. Let's see, Song Chani is being replaced by Shin Min Jae. Shin Min Jae over at second. Gubon Hyuk over to third base now. And Moonbo Gyung moves to first. I guess I had I had Gubon Hyuk wrong on the his position all day. He should have been playing first. Oops, my bad. And that way outside, 2-2. And that is fouled away. Stays 2-2. There we go. So Shinmin Jae takes over at second. Gubon Hyuk moves from first to third. He was apparently on first the whole day. As here comes the 2-2 pitch. And lifts that one up. Second baseman Shinmin Jae under it. And that will be one away. Second straight pop fly to the second baseman for Kang Min Ho. And that brings up Diaz. And that's just misses outside 1-0. All right, the 1-0 to Diaz. Diaz 0 for 3 on the day. And he fouls that one away, 1-1. Diaz 1-6 ground out in his first at bat, then two strikeouts in his other two at bats. He's left plenty of runners on base. And he checks swing there and fouls that away. And it's 1-2. right, the 1-2 pitch. Misses way, way outside, and it's 2-2. Still trying to figure out the starting lineups or starting pitching before the other games. As here comes the 2-2 pitch. Right at the bottom of the zone, and he golfs that one out. Goodbye, baseball. And it is a 5-4 game now. That was crushed. 14th home run on the season for Diaz. Now you've got a 1-run game as Lee Gyu. I said you did not want to get into a bullpen game against a Samsung in Daegu. Getting against a Samsung outside of Daegu is a completely different thing, as that's a strike on the outside corner, and it's 0-1. Sets up right down the middle with the 0-1 pitch, and it leaks outside, and it's 1-1. Man, don't you wish you had that bunts runner on first with no outs bunts back? Sure. Yeah, another 1-1 pitch. And that's a ground ball. Third baseman foul. Yep, yep. 5-4, bottom of the first, or bottom of the eighth, 1 outs, 1-2 counts. Lee Gyu on the mound, or in the batter's box. Park Myung-gun on the mound. 14 pitches. And that misses upstairs, and it's 2-2. Lee Gyu, a 1 for 3 on the day, a strikeout in his first at bats. Popped up to the third base or the first baseman in his second at bats, and then a single in his last at bats. And the 2-2 pitch is swing and a miss on ball 3, and that's 2 away. That brings up a Park Byung-ho. Park Byung-ho, 1 for 3 on the day. He is a guy that hits much better at home. At home, he hits a 227 and 8 home runs. On the road, 154 with 1 home run as he looks at just strike one in there. 1 for 3 on the day, 2 strikeouts, and a single. And here comes the 0-1 pitch. Misses up high, 1-1. The 1-1 pitch runs inside, 2-1. Now it's 19 pitches from the right-hander. All righty, here comes the 2-1 pitch. Fouled away, and it's 2-2. How do they tie it up? That's the real question. How do they tie it up, Hector? Or Hectic? 20 pitches now. Park Byung-ho, one of the best home run hitters in KBO history, as the 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss at ball 3, and he gets 2 strikeouts after the home run. We'll go to the 9th inning. It's 5-4 LG. Hectic Hector. All righty, here we go. Kiwi, next time I see you, I'm going to punch you in the knee. I I know it's the only thing I can reach though. How do they not have any starting pitchers listed? I noticed that he gave him a sac fly to take the lead and another one to put him up 3-1, right? Something like that. All right, the top of the ninth. Isung Min will come out onto the mound. Isung Min, 8 games, 13 innings, a 1 win, a 4.15 ERA, and the first pitch in there for a strike. Pake Min leads things off for LG as that is up high and it's 1-1. And the 1-1 in the dirts and it's 2-1. And here comes the 2-1 pitch. And it drops down a bunt, and that's going to be a successful one. A beautiful bunt there from Pake Min. Placed perfectly. And they've got a runner on first now with nobody out. Yuji Haka did his best to scoop that in a quick toss, but Pake Min not. No, a RBI ground out doesn't count. As runner on first now, Pak Dong Wan looks it's a ball one way up high. Pak Dong Wan 0 for 3 on the day, a walked and run scored in the first inning. But a fly out to left, a 5-3 ground out, and a 6-3 ground out. They would love to have a 5-4-3 double play right here. And checks over on Pak Min. Makes a quick step back. 13 for 23 on the season. No, that's not right. 9 for 22, I think, was a better number. Or is it 9 for 13? As that is, did he go around? He did, and it's 1-1. What is his? Yeah, 9 for 13. All righty, here we go. The 1-1 pitch just sets up on the outside corner. And we're going to throw over to first and not throw home. Da, 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 da. All right, the 1-1. Pake Min leaning hard onto his right knee. And that is going to be foul. 1-2. Na, 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 na. And the 1-2 pitch sets up on the inside corner, but throws over. Mean is picked off. Super awesome base running. He just stops, turns around, and like, yeah, I'm out. Ground ball 5-3 at 2 away. Would have been a 5-4-3 double play anyway, just like I was calling. And then now we got 2 outs. All right, now 2 away. Moonbo Young steps in. He is 3 for 3 on the day, as that is in the dirt, and it's 1-0. 3 for 3 on the day. A walk and a run scored in the first inning, a single in the third, a solo home run in the fifth, and the ninth, a single, and up again here in, or the seventh, a single, and he's up again here in the ninth. The odd numbers are wild for the guy that wears number 2. As here comes the 2-0 pitch, sets up on the outside corner and misses low, 3-0. And that misses low. Ball 4. I just don't think they wanted it to get beat by him. Moonbo Young was standing there after the ball was obviously a ball and just looking at it like, what do I do now? Oh, he is on base for the 5th time today, as we will get a mound visit. Kim Yun Soo, a lefty coming up. And you got a lefty-lefty matchup, the one you want. All right, Kim Hyun Soo, 1 for 4 on the day. 2 RBIs and a run scored on a single in his first at bats. And first pitch is popped up, center fielder under it, and that will be 3 away. Well, we'll go to the bottom of the 9th. I'll be back in just a moment. Na, 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 na. Sorry. Most important inning of the game, and I am muted myself. All right, the 3-1 as he fouls that away. And like I was saying before I muted myself, he's 1 for 4 on the day with a single and a run scored in his second at bat. This is the fourth straight at bat that he has had with a full count. 3-2 pitch coming up here. Pitch number 13, and that is lifted into the air, going at the track, and that's will be the game as he gave it a ride. But LG gets the win, 5-4. Is I mean, yeah, really, the first inning is what's decided the game, no question. Uh, First inning, yeah, first inning, a single by Hong Chang-gi, a walk by Pak Dong-wan, a walk by Moonbo Kyung. You got the bases loaded, and then a two RBI single, which ends up being the go-ahead game winner, is what they're going to call it. Uh, Two RBI single by Kim Hyun Soo, then OG Wan with a single, and then a sacrifice RBI or sacrifice fly to right by Kim Min Soo ends up giving them four. The solo shot by Moonbo Gyung in the fifth put them up 5-3 at the time. A late Diaz home run in the eighth tied the game or put the game at 5-4, but they weren't able to do anything else. Outside of that third inning, Samsung goes 2-for-4 with runners on base and 2-for-4 with runners in scoring position in the third inning. Outside of that inning, they go 0-for-10 with runners on base, 0-for-1 with the runners in scoring position. LG really wasn't tech. I don't really think that much better. Honestly, as in the first inning, they went to 3-for-5 with runners on base and 3-for-3 with runners in scoring position. Other than that, they had let's see, they were 2-for-13. None of them scored any runs or anything though, as the team really just neither team could hit once they got runners on base outside of the first inning for LG and the third inning for Samsung. Harado gets another loss. He now moves to 2-4 on the season. Definitely his worst outing of the season for him. He ended up going 6.2 innings, 103 pitches, 65 for strikes, 10 hits, one solo shots, two walks, two runs, or two strikeouts, and five earned runs. LG's starting pitcher, Song Ju-young, gets the quality start to 6 innings, 104 pitches, 61 for strikes, 6 hits, two walks, six strikeouts, and a 3 runs, all of them earned. So LG gets the win, a much needed win as Hanwha is currently up 7-1 in the bottom of the eighth against Kium. So LG needs to get the win today. Actually, they need wins in both of the games. I have not decided the only game I can stream is the second game of this series. The next game. Uh, Honestly, I don't know if I'm going to stream it or not. It will start at be 5:20 ish. I have to get some stuff going, but none of the other games have even listed their starting pitchers. So if they don't list the starting pitchers in time, I don't know if I'm going to stream or not, honestly, as I'm kind of tired, honestly. I want to be honest. I am being honest. So, yeah, LG gets the win, 5-4. I will most likely be back for the next game in this series. So I should be back about a half hour or so. So you'll need to look for another one. I don't like to run the same ones. They end up running really long, and I end up having things that just randomly shut down. So look for the next one. I'll do it once they announce the starting pitching for the next game. So I'll be back again. I want to say about 5:20 ish. So about 25 minutes or so. I should be back. So you can look for the next game. Will show up on the same channel and all of that stuff. So I'll see you guys in a bit. I've got to get some food in my stomach. So thank you guys for tuning in. As always, until next time.